Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east. Call halal, la Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kudash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect. My name is Micah, and today I want to talk about some of the judgments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, that we have that the prophets have prophesied about. All right, that we have prophesied about. All right, Lord willing, we are the prophets. Our UN warns millions more will die from AIDS after U.S. cuts. The head of the United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS, UNAIDS, said on Monday that over 6 million additional deaths from the disease are expected after the U.S. slashed its funding. And that's because there's a lot of people that depend on that program, for medications that help them, manage that disease. And really, anybody suffering from that is and then that they're still suffering from that in this time, in this day and age. That's the Lord. He gave them over to that because there's already a cure for that. All right. There's that government website, NIH, I believe NIH.gov, PubMed Health, something like that. And Esau, he mistakenly revealed the cure one time. All right, I'm gonna say what it is. Um, it's not the cure. There's probably more than one cures out there. You know how the Lord gets down. But they revealed in one of their reports how a man he took Nigella sativa, right, which is black seed oil, and over several 8 months, his CD4 count went up from from like a AIDS level like 100 something, 170, to a healthy person that doesn't have HIV AIDS, all right, to like 800, 830. That's like the count, the CD4 count of what and that's how they test to see if you got it. If you got like a low CD4 count, all right, that's how they test it. And this man, he had it. He tested positive before, and then after several months, he started having several tests testing negative. All right, after taking this thing, right, and they released that report, and it was by mistake because Esau probably did not mean to release that report. All right, and now they're sweeping it under the rug. They're acting like it doesn't exist, but it's out there. All right, and then some videos some people have made on Odyssey, I believe, of them trying it out, and they treated themselves, and they said they got rid of it. So the Lord is there's nothing impossible for the Lord, man. All right, so I'm gonna just continue with this. Heavy rains flood Congo's capital, killing at least 22 people. A major flooding in the Congolese capital of Kinshasa has killed at least 22 people and cut off access to over half of the city and the country's main airport, authorities said Sunday. Most of the fatalities in Friday's deluge were caused by collapsing walls, said a provincial health minister, Patrician Ngogo. And I've been reporting about these floods and these landslides caused by floods all last year. All right, that's like 2024. That was like the year I got really into like reporting that event. And it looks like the Lord is picking it back up again because we're coming into rainy season again. There were a couple of months where you didn't really hear about too many floods. I believe the last video I made about this was probably with January, I think. But rainy season, as we're back in rainy season, man. So, all right, shit is gonna be the Lord is gonna be ramping up. All right, bringing even more floods, more deaths. And I'll check out this news here. And then, supposedly when they found the buried bodies, they found the phone with that video footage. That basically goes against Israel's narrative of they caused, why they carried out that attack. It just goes to show you that Amalek is a liar. All right, Esau is a liar, man. Always been a liar. All right, he's a devil. All right, but we always talked about these things, man. All right, Jeremiah 28 verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, and you got that verse in Job 9 verse 24. All right, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not he, then who is? Then who is he? All right. So you could have that's talking about Esau though, but on the right hand side, you could ask yourself like, we're prophesying about these things. We talk about these things before they happened. We've been saying for years that there's gonna be a lot of pestilence. All right. There's gonna be evil coming upon people like this. These floods. There's gonna be war. All right. And if we're not the prophets, then who is he? All right. Who are they? Who are the prophets? Who else is talking about these things that are gonna come to pass and that have been happening? All right, and that have happened. All right, if the brothers, if the elders, apostles, and the elders and the brothers of Greatmillstone and the affiliate camps, any other camp that's teaching the doctrine pursuant to to GMS, the apostles' teachings, you know, if they're not the prophets, all right, if Lord willing, I'm included. If we're not the prophets, then who is? All right, because we've been saying these things, man, and they're happening. And I'm willing to bet that this is why those intelligence agencies got their sights on us, man. They've been watching us because they're like, hey, man, these guys have been saying some things that have come true, and we got to keep an eye on them. All right, they know that what we're saying is true, and that's what makes them afraid. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.